one final leg to the regular season. It begins tonight with a three-game series against the San Francisco Giants and a possible playoff matchup. Game one of a three-game set here at Citizens Bank Park. And as play begins tonight, the Phillies are 7.5 games up in the National League East over the Atlanta Braves. That's because they won 2 of 3 from Atlanta this past weekend. The Braves beat the Marlins last night. That's why they have a game lead over Florida as play begins this evening. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. Gary Matthews and Chris Wheeler will be along in just a little bit. Well, the month of August was as profitable for the Phillies on the field as the month of July was. In fact, the Phillies finished with 16 wins during the month. They're now 22 games above the 500 mark, and look what they did from an offensive standpoint. Runs per game, 4.5, home runs, 43. But the key, and this has been the key since the All-Star break, the earned run average, third best in the National League at 3.33. So we're at that time of the month. It's the beginning of the month, and it's time for us to take a look back at the top plays from the month of August. On the ground toward the middle, J-roll to his left, nice play to second, and there's the final out. Toward second base, under the glove of Chase Utley, picked up by Francisco, rounding third, heading for him is Coghlan. The throw to the plate on one hop, he's out at home plate. Victorino with his back to the infield, going back, and that one is caught. Shane got it. Change up. Oh, what a play by Joe Blatt. Watch those fingers. Does he have room? And he makes the over-the-shoulder grab, and he bangs into the wall. Boy, get the highlight reel ready tonight. And a fly ball to right field. Worth has got it. Does he have a play at first? Here's the throw. He is out at first base. He goes. Pitch is taken outside. The throw to second base is in time. It's J-roll, diving play. Holding at third is Pierce. The throw to first in time. Called strike 3. A fastball right on the outside part of the plate. It's the second complete game shutout for J-Happ this year. 2-2 the count to Mark Reynolds. Got him. Change up, swung on and missed. It's the 4th time Reynolds has gone down swinging. He ties his career high in strikeouts with 11. It's his 12th career complete game. And you can take a breath now, Cliff Lee. In the air to right field. Pretty deep. Francoeur going back, and that one is into Utley's corner. A 2-run home run for Chase Utley. And the Phillies, just like that, with a new pitcher on the mound, take a 2-1 lead. There goes Castillo. Murphy follows. Line drive caught by Brumlin. He's going to have a triple play. He does, and the ball game is over. Wow. He touched second and then tapped Murphy. How about that? And Ryan hits one in the air, deep to right field. The Phillies are going to have the lead. A long home run for Ryan Howard. A 3-run bomb. The perfect way to finish it with Ryan Howard. What a month he had. Well, a new month begins tonight. Jonathan Sanchez on the mound for the Giants. Cole Hamels on the hill for the Phillies. The starting lineups when we return. kind of a matchup, a potential playoff matchup in Major League Baseball, where the Giants will take on the Phillies. And here's the Giants starting lineup this evening. Leading it off in left field is Eugenio Velez. Batting second is the shortstop Edgar Renteria. Aaron Rowan hits third, followed by the first baseman Ryan Garco. Juan Uribe is the number 5 batter. Randy Wynn hits sixth. Ryan Rollinger will be the third baseman hitting seventh. Eli Whiteside, the catcher, will bat eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Jonathan Sanchez, who the Phillies saw earlier this year. And they'll face lefty Cole Hamels, 7-8, with a 4.52 ERA. And wheels off his last start. Everybody's kind of optimistic going into this month of September.
Well, they talked, Tommy, about how he really concentrated in his last start. You know, try not to let anything get him down. If men got on base, if things happened, because he'd had little problems with that before. And he was very, very good in Pittsburgh the other night. It wasn't like he had a clean game. He had a lot of base runners, but he was able to get through a lot of it. Here's a Southwest Airlines scouting report on Cole Hamels. Pitches well when that fastball is down, and he can stay away from all those foul balls. We talk about it all the time with him, how important that is, not to get into those funky innings that run his pitch count up.
Well, you see what he did in his last outing against those Pirates. 7 strikeouts over 8 innings of work. As Wheels mentioned, though, he did have some base runners that he had to work through during that outing. So here we go, the first of 3 between the Phillies and the Giants. The Giants are tied for the lead in the wild card race with the Colorado Rockies. They just won 3 straight against Colorado this past weekend in San Francisco to pull into a dead tie. And here's Velez to start things off.
They made up a bunch of games in a hurry by sweeping that team that they had to sweep after they had problems with them in Colorado.
Velez 9 for his last 52, but when the Phillies saw the Giants out in San Francisco, he was 7 for 17 in that series. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to him.
Well, he could fly. He's probably a little bit better left-handed hitter. He slaps at it and runs for Bruce Bochy. But this guy has a chance to be a good player, and he can play a lot of positions.
Change up, take it inside. They will appeal the swing. No swing, says Jerry Lane. Actually, that was a curveball from Cole. He threw his curveball for strikes early in that game against Pittsburgh, and that seemed to help him a little bit. So 2-1 the count to Velez. And there's the changeup. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. The Giants as a team are kind of banged up as they begin the month of September. Freddie Sanchez, their second baseman, he's on the DL. Pablo Sandoval, the league's second leading hitter, is not playing tonight. He's got a sore calf. And Benji Molina's out as well. Molina's out with a sore quad, and he's been out the last 6 games.
Yeah, those are two of those guys have been important to them all year. And Freddie Sanchez beat the Phillies in a game. He hurt Cole Hamels in that final game in San Francisco, and we'd seen enough of him with the Pirates. There's Renteria hit a big grand slam home run to win that game for him on Sunday at home.
Got him. Change up, swung on and missed. 1 away.
Well, it's time now for our Key State Chrysler Jeep Keys to tonight's game. Boy, oh boy, it feels like September turned. The calendar turned to September, and all of a sudden it's cool weather, and it feels like postseason here tonight with these two teams here. And back-to-back solid starts for Cole Hamels. Well, Philly sure hope so.
Well, with 1 away, here's Edgar Renteria. Renteria was 6 for 19 on the most recent homestand for the Giants. And he had that home run, the grand slam on Sunday that gave the Giants the lead for good against the Rockies. Overall hitting .264. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to him. There's the curve. That's it for strike 2. Renteria at Citizens Bank Park, and a lot of that damage was done when he was a member of the St. Louis Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves.
And the Marlins.
Another changeup, swung on and missed. Renteria went efficient. Second strikeout for Cole. 2 away.
Well, Tom, you mentioned his curveball, and he has shown the curveball the first 2 hitters and then gotten them out with changeups. But it's really important if he can show his third pitch in the course of a game, because that right there is his best pitch to get hitters out. His best pitch to set everything up, fastball in a good spot.
Yeah, his fastball his last time out was topping off at 94, 95 miles an hour that night in Pittsburgh. That'll bring former Phil Aaron Rowan to the plate. He takes one of those fastballs for a strike, and it's 0-1. Rowan now 32 years old. He turned 32 on the 29th of August.
He was leading off for them for a while, then batting sixth. He's been all over the lineup. He's just a really good, solid player.
And Hamels has worked ahead 0-2. They're going to go way outside against him. And that one just missed.
Good fastball, though. He, you know, as you said, you could see where Ruiz was set up. They were going to go away, and that pitch was off the plate, but in a good spot.
There's a pop-up left side of the infield. Charging is Phillies. And this is going to be a 14-pitch 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Cole Hamels. So we head to the middle of the first. It's the Giants nothing and the Phillies coming up. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Shane Victorino bats second. Chase Utley is the number 3 batter over at second base, followed by Ryan Howard, the cleanup hitter. Jason Worth is in right field batting 5th. Raul Ibanez hits 6th. Pedro Feliz, the number 7 batter. Carlos Ruiz does the catching. He's been hot of late. He'll bat 8th, and batting 9th, and pitching, of course, is Cole. And he'll face left-hander Jonathan Sanchez, who's making his 23rd start. He is 6-10 with a 4.27 earned run average.
Well, this guy is back and forth, at bullpen rotation. Now he's a starting pitcher and doing a really good job. Here's our report from Southwest Airlines on him, our scouting report. He has a really good fastball. He uses slider, changeup. He can get wild, and you also can run on him. And he is the author of a no-hit, no-run game this year.
Yeah, in fact, he authored that no-hit, no-run game on the 10th of July against the San Diego Padres. 1-1 the count to Jimmy.
This is the guy who threw the ball over Chase Utley's head in San Francisco that night. Then Utley hit a home run off him, and he didn't appreciate it. And he wasn't throwing at him. But the point is, he can get to be all over the place if you let him.
Well, you can look at not only his walks, 70 and 126 in the 3rd innings, but look at the wild pitches and the hit batters.
Right.
He's got 11 wild pitches, and he's hit 5 batters.
Yeah, he's a guy you just don't want to be overly aggressive against.
Jimmy stays alive, and it remains 1-2. Jimmy is 2 for 12 on this homestand. 2 hits and 12 at bats against the Braves, but boy, did he play some defense over the weekend.
No, that game on Sunday night, he was just unbelievable.
Chopper toward third, right over the bag. It's a fair ball. And Jimmy's thrown out, 1 away. Rollinger playing third for Pablo Sandoval. Let's take a look at some of that defense by Jimmy Rollins this Sunday.
Well, this play right there, that saves a run up the middle. That was in the 1st inning when Blanton was really struggling. That play right there is a little humpback liner that Diaz hit. But here's the play of the game. Chase Utley starts it. Jimmy knows that runner had to freeze at second because that ball was in the air so long. They get the double play. They almost got another triple play on that, because when McCann came around first, they showed a replay, and he started to swim a little bit. And if he'd have gone down, they'd had a triple play.
Yeah, if Pedro had not thrown across his body, and he had to, they would have had him.
But Jimmy Rollins, you know, that was such a smart play, and that, of course, kept that tying run at first base instead of it being at third. And even though there were 2 outs, the difference in the pressure on the pitcher at that time was huge. You know, you can make a mistake there and give up a single, and the game's not tied. So Phillies played great defense on Sunday night. That game was very entertaining.
2 balls and 1 strike to count to Victorino, who is 1 for 12 in the series against the Braves. In fact, he and Jimmy combined were 3 for 24, but their struggles against Atlanta have been well documented this year. That's it for a strike.
Well, Sanchez has shown that he wants to pitch inside a little bit. There's Jimmy Rollins wants to pitch inside a little bit to Shane Victorino and to Rollins, and if he keeps doing it, you know, they got to think about opening up and looking in there.
And Shane is down on strikes, 2 away. That was a fastball at 93. And here's Chase Utley.
Chase Utley on Sunday night with those quick hands. Jair Jurgens came down and in a little bit to him, and that thing took a quick trip out of the yard and tied the game at 1-1 at that point.
It was the only hit that Chase had in the ballgame. Phillies wound up with 8 hits overall. But early on, Jair Jurgens looked like he was unhittable.
He was good. A lot of fly balls in that game. The wind was blowing in, so you knew it wasn't going to be a big home run game.
Fastball the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Chase, who was 5 for 12 in the 3-game series against Atlanta. Heard Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, yelled no. And that pitch outside, he did appeal to Brian Gorman over at third. And the umpires for tonight: Guccione is behind the plate, Jerry Lade is the crew chief, Tony Randazzo at second, and Brian Gorman around at third. 2-1 the count to Chase. Chase with 11 home runs against left-handers. Jason Worth is tied for the league lead with 12. But the fact that Chase is one of 2 lefties in the top 5 is pretty impressive. And it's 2-2.
Well, he hangs in there pretty well. He really does. I mean, he has pretty good identification. The thing about this guy, Chase Utley, is that he's so quick with his hands that he can make mistakes and, you know, get out front a little bit and still handle pitches.
Fights that one off towards center field. Renteria gets back, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Phillies. We've completed 1 here in Philadelphia. No scores. We go to the second. Phillies and the Giants. Game 1 of 3. Cole Hamels goes to work against Ryan Garco. And that one's over the outside corner. Changeup 0-1. Garco's hitting .224 as a member of the Giants with 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. He hasn't been exactly what they thought he would be when they acquired him from Cleveland.
Well, you know, you try to get guys hit for power where you were the Giants. It can be difficult because of that ballpark. It is really big. Extra base hits, yeah. A lot of jammers that drop in because the outfielders play fairly deep. Triples, but homers, tough.
Well, he has hit better away from AT&T Park for average. He's hit .300 on the road with the Giants. And he rips that one fair down the left field line, and that's going to head toward the corner. And Garco's around first, heading to second. He's not a quick runner, but he's going to be there standing with a leadoff double. So he's in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, he got something a little bit into him, and Pedro Phillies not playing towards the line the way they do with a lot of hitters, the right-handed hitters when Hamels pitches. And off the line just enough. Now Garco had to pick up where the ball was, and he saw it. And, you know, they know in this ballpark it's kind of close. So a guy doesn't run well just because you think it's a double off the bat. You got to be careful.
Here's Juan Uribe. He's hit it 3 straight for the Giants. And the first pitch spins him away from the plate. Uribe playing second base tonight because Freddie Sanchez is on the disabled list. He's another one of the injured players for the Giants. He's on the 15-day DL, and he's been on that disabled list for about 2 weeks. 2-0 the count.
Trying to pitch him in to make it a little tougher to hit it to the right side, and Uribe has had very good patience and not try to jump at anything in there. And now Hamels at the spot where he has to throw a strike.
Off the end of the bat, a flare toward right field. Worth is over, makes the catch. And Garco was halfway between second and third, so he'll go back to second.
Yeah,
ball hung up there nicely for Jason.
Yeah, that's just lack of speed on Garco's part, that he read that even if he knows he can't get over there. So normally you want a guy to go back and tag up with nobody out. In his case, he thought, I can't get there if he catches that, and if he drops, I'll walk over.
So 1 out, and that brings Randy Winn to the plate. Winn has been a solid player during his major league career. This year hitting .265 with a couple home runs and 47 runs batted in.
Yeah, he is a good player. He's much better left-handed than right-handed, but he's still dangerous from the side.
He's very dangerous with runners in scoring position this year. He's hitting .353, and he's got a guy on second with 1 out.
He's one of those players that managers try to turn around right-handed when they can, in key spots if you're able to do it. And there's what Tom's talking about, how good he is with runners in scoring position.
Also was a heck of a basketball player when he was in college. There's Garco leading off second. Off the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy Winn played basketball in college with Steve Nash and was his roommate. The difference Wheels was talking about. 162 right-handed, 297 left-handed for Randy Winn.
And Cole Hamels having a little trouble with him here, you know, running behind in the count.
It's a little high, and it's 3-1. That was a curveball from Cole.
Rollinger went to University of Oklahoma, playing at third base tonight with Sandoval out with the bad calf. They added a bunch of players today too. They've got quite a few extra men.
Change up, swung on it, missed 3-2.
It's that time of the year. Phillies brought 1 player out. Jack Tashner's here tonight to help out in the bullpen. But you look at the extra men available for the Giants, and you know you're playing September baseball.
Yeah, a lot of teams, and a lot of teams the Phillies will see here in September will have even more because their season's basically done. Opposite way, a foul ball, and Winn stays alive.
Not a real breezy 2 innings for Cole Hamels. In fact, it's only an inning and a third, and already starting to see a lot of foul balls, and he's running more deep counts. But it's a cool night here, and that can help you hang around a little bit longer.
I think somebody was saying today, welcome to San Diego. It feels like San Diego.
Yeah, it's like the calendar knew, hey, it's September, it's going to get cool.
Opposite way, little flare, foul territory. Howard on the run, makes the grab. Garco tags and draws the throw. 2 away here in the second. Well, this series will continue tomorrow night at 7:05. It's the Latino Family Celebration. There are some seats still available for that ball game between the Phils and the Giants. And Goya and Toyota are again teaming up to help fill abundance. Tomorrow, your donated Goya product will be matched by Goya for a donation to fill abundance. We want to invite you to log on to Phillies.com right now to purchase your tickets. And before the broadcast tomorrow, Wheels and I will be out at Harry the Caves in the upper level, right out there, doing our opening. Try to see some of the sights of this great ballpark. And if you ever come out to this ballpark and get a chance to get up there to get some tickets, it's one of the, it's one of the best views of anywhere here in the Citizens Bank Park.
And that's why we'll be there, huh?
That's why we'll be there. Here's Rollinger. And the pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice play by Ruiz. Rollinger hitting 167. He's got a runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Change up, hit back over the mound. Charging is Utley. He's got to hurry. Off balance throw in time to get Rollinger, and the inning is over. So Hamels strands a runner in scoring position. The leadoff double wasted by the Giants. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Howard start things off for the Phillies. Hey, look who's here tonight, Wheels.
How about that, huh?
Chinese Taipei, who lost this past weekend in the Little League World Series to a gigantic team from California.
Chula Vista.
Oh, they are big.
Hey, we're some big kids.
But the players from Chinese Taipei were the international champions, and they were a very good team. So bottom of the second inning, no score. And some of the fans were acknowledging that the group of players who were introduced to the crowd in between innings. Here's Ryan Howard, the reigning now player of the week in the National League.
I wonder who was going to beat him out. The way he was going last. Boy, with the homers and big RBIs.
I'm not sure if anybody's going to beat him out for player of the month.
It's a good point. You know, maybe we'll get a chance to vote on that. Sometimes we do.
There's Jason Worth, who won the Player of the Week award last week. 2-1 the count to Ryan.
That means the Phillies are playing pretty good, I guess, then, huh? For those weeks.
I mean, to take 2 of 3 from the Braves like they did this weekend, I mean, that's some big time baseball.
That was it. It was, especially when your ace got hammered.
Out front, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that Sunday night game was. There was some electricity in that, even though it was an end of an August game, because it was so important to Atlanta. And of course, the Phillies didn't want to lose 2 out of 3 at home to them for the 3rd time this year.
It's Ryan's numbers for this week, and he's down swinging. 2nd strikeout for Sanchez.
Well, you better not stand there and think breaking ball or off speed stuff with this guy, because he'll throw that cheese right by you. You saw that late swing that he just had. I don't know if he was protecting against the slider, but look how late he was on a fastball, and it was almost like he was trying to protect against a breaking ball.
1 out. Sanchez will face Jason Worth. Sanchez pitched very well on the road in August for the Giants. In fact, he made 3 appearances on the road alone, 3 of his 5 outings. And during those 3 games, he had an ERA of 0.95. The opposition hit just 161 against him. He's really parlayed that no-hitter into a successful second half with San Francisco.
Well, he was in the bullpen.
In the air to straightaway center field. Rowan going back. He's used to this area. Right on the edge of the warning track. Makes the grab. 2 outs. Hey, visit the official online shop of the Phillies at Phillies.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the Phillies.com shop.
See Aaron Rowan just point up at that twilight just then. It was like, hey, let's help each other, because I think he had a little bit of trouble finding that at first, and it stayed up, and then he was able to find it. But that sky right now, boy, it's really easy to lose one at this time of night. See, it's just perfect blue sky, twilight, and there's going to be almost a full moon tonight. Hope we don't have a full moon game. but watch Aaron Rowan. Hey, he's saying, hey, look, let's watch this now. Let's help each other out. And that's so typical Aaron Rowan to have such a feel for things that he realized he just had trouble with that ball, and he wanted to make sure the other guys know, hey, there could be a problem out here tonight for a little while.
He got a nice round of applause when he was introduced before the ball game tonight. Velez, the left fielder. You just saw Randy Wynn, the right fielder. And Aaron Rowan said, let's circle the wagons here, boys.
Well, you got to help each other. You know, you got to point up. It's only for another maybe 20 minutes. But when you're an outfielder and the sky is the way it is right now, you're out there yelling, throw some sinkers. Don't hit it in the air.
That is a light background.
Ooh.
Raul overall hitting 278 with 27 home runs and 79 runs batted in. Just 1 homer in his last 29 games. And he lays off 1-2. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Ethel Leary of Philadelphia. If the Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, then Ethel will win $100. Outside, ball 3. This has turned out to be a good at bat for Raul.
And this guy's staying away from him the entire at bat.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Tigers lead the Indians 4-1. That game's in the bottom of the 1st inning. Placido Polanco has a home run, a solo shot in that game. Tigers lead the Central by 3.5, and Raul works out a walk. A 2-out walk. And it means the Phillies can send a right-handed hitter up there against the lefty Sanchez. By the way, in that game between the Tigers and the Indians, starting pitcher is Carlos Carrasco.
That's right. He's making his starting debut, the major league debut.
Here's Pedro Feliz hitting .275. Pedro's had a good homestand. He was 4 for 8 against the Braves. And he has done really well here at home overall and over the last 24 or so games. Outside, 1-1.
Well, he played for the Giants for a long time, and they know he wants to hit a fastball.
In fact, he was visiting with some of his former teammates earlier today. Ron Wotus, the bench coach, who played such a heavy role in the development of Pedro as a defensive player at third. They appeal to Jerry Lane. He says no swing. You talked to Pedro, and he says that one of the big reasons why he is who he is at third base is because of Ron Wotus.
Well, that's the case with so many major league players. They'll look back on a coach or two that either in the minor leagues or in the big leagues that really helped them get over the hump.
2-1, hit in the air, deep down the left field line, hooking foul. And Pedro knew it because he just stood at home plate.
And he knew he had a new ball working there. That's one of those ones where the crowd goes, ooh. No chance that baby was going to stay fair.
The guy went odd too because that ball hit him pretty good.
Yeah, that was hit hard. That one got out there in a hurry.
So it's even now, 2-2 to Pedro. Nice play by Whiteside. Raul's going to be off and running on this pitch.
And there's an example of what, Tom, what you mentioned, all the wild pitches this guy has, because he has some nasty stuff down. And he can get wild probably with his fastball and throw them away too. That's a nice job by Whiteside. Just sells out, uses his body, just block it, and worry about catching it.
Scoreless game here in the bottom of the second. Runner on first. The count 3-2 with 2 outs to Pedro Feliz. And Raul's not being held on anymore. He goes, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Whiteside will pick it up and fire, and Pedro is struck out. Second strikeout of the inning for Sanchez, and the inning is over. We go to the third, no score. Answer on the subject line. The question is, who are the only 2 pitchers in Major League history to strike out 300 batters in 3 consecutive seasons? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Got an idea on that one, Wheels? 300 strikeouts is a lot.
I was going to say, 300 strikeouts. It's so hard anyway. I think I know one of them.
I think if you think about it, you'll know 2 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Eli Whiteside leads it off. He'll take a pitch for a strike. Right side, hitting .226 overall with a home run and 8 RBIs, making his 7th consecutive start for the Giants. Well, that's a good changeup. And he's starting because Benji Molina has got a bad quad. It hurts when you don't have Molina or Sandoval in the lineup if you're the Giants.
It's their 3-4 hitters.
And then you toss in Freddie Sanchez. There's Pablo Sandoval.
And he's their 2 hitter. So you're talking their normal 2, 3, 4.
I'm not sure if he's even going to play tomorrow.
Good.
In the air to left field. Up into the twilight. Raul looks like he could see it. And that's the first out.
Yeah, you know the fans would love to see Sandoval. He's an exciting player to watch and all, but that guy can really hit. If you could get through 3 games here without having to deal with him, that would be just fine. Switch hitter with power. You know, you got one of those bodies you think, how the heck can he play as well as he does? Well, they call him the Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. But he's good.
1 out here at the top of the 3rd for Cole, and the pitcher's up. And Jonathan Sanchez taking all the way, takes a fastball for a strike. Sanchez with just 2 hits in 32 at bats.
And he struck out 21 times in 32 at bats. So, you know, if you're Cole Hamels, you can't get sloppy with him, but you have to think, I got an out here.
Thought he had an out there. And he does. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 outs. 3rd strikeout for Cole. And back to the top of the order. Hey, the final series of the 2009 regular season will pit the Phillies against the Florida Marlins beginning Friday, October 2nd at 7:05. There are seats still available for both of those games on the 2nd and the 3rd. Now, the Sunday game's already sold out, but capitalize now. Log on to Phillies.com. Get a chance to see the Phillies and the Marlins one last time here at Citizens Bank Park. 2 outs. Here's Velez. He struck out his first time up. About a week before the Phillies got out to San Francisco, that's when Velez was called back up from AAA. Charlie Manuel watched during that 4-game series while Bruce Bochy's squad won 3 of 4, and Velez was 7 for 17 in that series.
He hit him hard and he hit him soft. Quails, line drives like that. He would get jammed and get hit. And that ballpark of theirs, boy, the Giants have a tremendous home record, and they are really dangerous out there because they're really equipped to hit in that park. Not a lot of home run hitters. Cliff Lee made his debut out there and pitched the Phillies to the 1 win they had in that series.
Velez back to the mound. Easy inning for Cole Hamels. He'll wait for Ryan Howard to get to the bag. And Cole, 43 pitches through the first 3 innings tonight. He's allowed just 1 hit in a scoreless game as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. brought to you by AT&T, your world delivered. By Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. By Ford Fusion Hybrid, the most fuel-efficient midsize. Drive one today. And by Bud Light. Just the right taste that never fills you up. The difference is drinkability. Last of the third here at Citizens Bank Park. Another sold-out crowd and a gorgeous night.
Look at that shot right there. Is it just at sunset? Wow, is that pretty.
Carlos Ruiz leads it off and fouls the first pitch off.
And then pretty soon the moon, you see the moonlight. It is just a great night here. Look at that.
Very different than Friday and Saturday night when we were getting shots of the center city and couldn't see any of the skyline.
It was a little murky here. One minute it was pouring rain, then it was kind of foggy. Oh, it was just a bad weekend for weather until Sunday. Saturday and Sunday were terrible.
See the splits for Carlos. 316 here at home, under 200 on the road. And he stays alive against Sanchez. Well, this was a nice shot on Saturday night.
That rainbow, huh?
That was after all that rain. It's popping right into the top of that foul pole. Toward the hole at shortstop. Renteria. He didn't have a whole lot on that throw. Nice play by Garco. Renteria has bone chips in that elbow, and that could be one of the reasons why he didn't have a whole lot on that throw.
Yeah, he did everything he could not to have to worry, too. He circled it, knew he had a slow runner. So right here, you got to circle this, and then, boy, he didn't have a grip on it either. But because of the fact that Carlos, he does what he can do, but he's a catcher. And Garco digs it out for him.
So that combination there produces the first out. Here's Cole Hamels. Cole hitting $133 this year. And that one's in there for a strike. Tomorrow night before the start of the ball game against the Giants. Again, it's a Goya Latino family celebration. Cole is going to be recognized as the Phillies representative for the 2009 Roberto Clemente Award. He's down swinging on strikes, but that award, which is extremely prestigious, is given out to the major league player who has contributed the most to the community with his efforts outside of the ball field. And Brad Penny will start tomorrow's game for the Giants. But before the ball game, it'll be a nice ceremony for Cole and his wife Heidi, and they've done an awful lot of work in the community over the last year or two, and it's a great honor to even be considered for the Roberto Clemente Award. Earlier this year, Cole and his wife Heidi hosted a youngster who we met as part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Cole and Heidi founded the Hamels Foundation in 2008 to focus on quality education locally and also in Africa. So good for Cole as Jimmy smokes that one foul.
Well, that's what Sanchez is doing to these right-handed batters. I mentioned that in the first inning, that he's going to come inside. You know what they'll try to do is eventually open up and look for one and hope they can keep it fair. Now he's getting it so far inside. That little guy has a souvenir. That's pretty neat. And that you just can't keep that pitch fair. And of course now you open up the outside part of the plate to try and get a guy out of the way. They tried to throw a high fastball there. See if Jimmy would chase. He didn't.
Jimmy grounded to third his first time up. To the left of the mound, Renteria has it. The mound actually helped that ball out. He throws Jimmy out, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. We've completed 3. Still no score here in Philadelphia. Giants on Sloan Toyota presents Phillies postgame live after the game only on Comcast Sportsnet. That little guy's rocking to the music here at Citizens Bank Park as we go to the top of the fourth inning in a scoreless game. It'll be Edgar Renteria, Aaron Rowand, and Ryan Garko for the Giants. Renteria struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. And he takes one inside for ball one. Giants begin play today tied for the top spot in the wild card, 5.5 games behind the Dodgers in the division. Bruce Bochy's team has 3 games left head to head against the Colorado Rockies, but they also have 6 games left against the Dodgers and a bunch of games against the Diamondbacks and the Padres before the end of the year. Back toward the middle, Jimmy to his left, he's got it. One away. And here is the wild card standings, and it includes the Giants and the Rockies tied for the top spot. And then there are the Braves just 3 games back, and the Marlins just 4 games back. Now the National League West, you see the Rockies and the Giants 5.5 off the pace, with the Dodgers leading the way. And the Dodgers tried to strengthen themselves yesterday by acquiring John Garland from the Diamondbacks and Jim Thome from the White Sox. And Gary Matthews joins us here in the top of the fourth inning. Those are 2 very late additions for the Dodgers to try to shore up their run through September.
Yeah, I understand. Thome told them that he couldn't play in the field, but if you have to worry about him coming up pinch hitting, that's going to do damage to the opposition. Garland, I think he's going to be able to win with LA simply because they play better defense.
Off the hands to right center field. That carries pretty well, but Victorino's over into the alleyway. And Cole has 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Talked about that night sky that Rowan had trouble with earlier. Victorino, because it has darkened, had no trouble finding that one. Look how dark it's gotten. Very different than, let's say, an inning or an inning and a half ago.
Yeah, pretty difficult to catch the ball when it's a little lighter. The darker, the better.
Ryan Garko has the game's only hit tonight. And that one just missed. He doubled to lead off the second, but then just stayed at second base.
Yeah, didn't move him at all. Get him over to third base. Uribe did hit the ball to right field, though, but Garko not a fast runner at all, so he wasn't able to tag up to get to third base.
Change up, pulled toward third. Easy hop for Phillies. Long throw. 1, 2, 3, fourth inning for Cole Hamels. He's retired 9 straight. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. No score. Shane Victorino leading things off. taste that never fills you up. The difference is drinkability. By Dodge, live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge, grab life. And by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philadelphia Phillies. And that is one heck of a shot right there. The surface of the moon. I'm not sure if that's a full moon, but it's awfully close. Look at those craters. Boy, they really come to life.
Look pretty full to me.
I think there needs to be a little bit more, Sarge, off to your left. You see that?
Okay, yeah, I
the
do.
shadows there. Pretty nice looking shot, though. Shane Victorino leads it off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Shane struck out his first time up. Shane with 153 hits this year, tied for 6th in the National League. And he went a fishing there, and it's 1-2.
He's got to get back to those line drives and hard ground balls the way he was in the beginning. Got out of sync a little bit in Pittsburgh.
This breaks his bat, a liner toward left, and that's going to spin right down in front of Velez. And there's the first hit of the night for the Phillies. And he'll take that.
Yeah, good hitters get jammed, and that's okay. Showing that he's letting the ball get a little bit deeper. But what you like about it, it's on the line. He catches it right off the end of the bat. Ball falls in.
So he's aboard, and now the other part of the offensive game begins for the Phillies and Shane Victorino. Reading the left-handed pitcher and trying to find out if there's a chance to take off to second base.
Well, you really got to look at his shoulders, because his shoulders have to turn over to throw the ball to you. A lot of times you'll look at the leg, and that really can become deceiving. No deceiving with the shoulders, because he has to make that turn unless he steps off.
In there for a strike, 1-1 to Chase, who popped out to short his first time up. Victorino has stolen 21 bases this year. The Phillies have the best percentage in the National League in stealing bases. And there he goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second base. Good jump by Victorino. That's stolen base number 22.
Boy, took off so quick. Looked like he almost stumbled a little bit. Still with that speed, was able to get in there, as you see, for the 22nd stolen base. Take a look at him here. As you see how he almost just kind of sputters his legs a little. Still gets in. And take a look at it again. He almost goes down, but he has that speed, and he does get there easily. And that ball thrown on the other side is Renteria, shortstop, picks it.
So now 1-2 the count to Chase. Nobody out. Runner on second in a scoreless game. He's looking for a little small ball to maybe get a run on the board. There's that inside move by Sanchez. That's why Davey Lopes always says secondary lead, primary lead off second. You got to always do it with your head up.
Yeah, well, keep your eye on the ball. You're absolutely right.
Chase pulls it right side. He's going to get Victorino at least over to third. And he's hustling all the way and is retired by a couple of steps. One out here in the fourth inning.
Well, you're talking about a hitter just giving himself up. Chase tried to pull that ball all the way. Wasn't even trying to go for the base hit. That's winning baseball when you see a player doing that. Nobody out.
Well, it's now time for our Geico quote of the day. It comes from Jason Worth on the guy that's walking to the plate right now. For whatever reason, Ryan turns it up a notch in August and September. It seems as if he hits every ball on the screws. It's prolific stuff, fun to watch. When Ryan is like this, he can carry the whole team by himself. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Log on to geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. And ain't that the truth, Sarge?
Well, it is the truth. He does get hot in those months, August, September.
Well, he's got a chance to drive in another one with Victorino at third and the infield in. Whiteside thought about throwing behind Shane. Rollinger was sliding in. It's not often that you find people leaving their seats when Ryan's up at the plate.
Infield in, looking for something up, not wanting to really hit that slider. There it is.
11 home runs in August. He and Prince Fielder and Mark Reynolds, and they're battling with Albert Pujols for the most homers in the National League. Ryan with 37, that's third best in the league, and 111 RBIs, second best. And it's 2-2. Sarge, a runner on third, less than 2 outs. It's been an issue for the Phillies lately. I mean, how do you change what has been a tough stretch for this group of hitters?
Well, you know what, Tom? They are who they are, the players that they are. You would like for them to shorten up, maybe try and just drive the ball. But these guys, they have their own style of hitting. But guess what? It's this way all over the league. That difficult getting runners in from third base less than 2 outs.
So is it this generation then?
I would think more so, even though they may be hitting more home runs. But this is a situation, just want to make solid contact. You can't guide it. Just want to be able to get a good pitch.
He pulls it, base hit right out of the glove of Garco. He's going to get Victorino home from third, and Ryan Howard heading to second. It'll be an RBI double, and the Phillies lead it 1-0. And it's just what you said, Sarge. Don't guide it. Just try to hit it hard.
Well, he did hit it hard, and that's exactly what Jason Worth was talking about, and hitting the ball hard. But that's just hitting a good pitch there. He kept those hands back. Now watch how he keeps the hands back, and then he just flips the ball, which was on the outside part of the plate. He hooks it right down the line. It's hit so hard that unless you're right on it, you're not going to be able to get it.
RBI number 112 for Ryan, and here's Jason Worth. Jason flied out to fairly deep center his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. And he takes one inside for a ball.
When you see Ryan Howard digging for the double like that, you got to feel that any ball that's hit the center or the right field, he should be able to score on it with his speed. I could understand maybe the left field with a guy that has a good arm, but he has good speed for a big man, and when he gets going, he's going.
Fooled on that one. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jason. It was a slider. It was a tough pitch.
That's one of the toughest pitches for a right-handed hitter, that hard slider, simply because you're thinking that it's a fastball. And the good sliders at the last minute, it has some movement in it. Want to try and get that ball up if you can.
Jason, with 1 more home run, would become the 22nd player in Phillies history to have 30 home runs in a season. I mean, look what he's done against lefties. He's got 34 runs batted in and 12 home runs. 34 tied for second with Raul. The 12 home runs tied for first against lefties. And that ball gets away from Whiteside. Howard to move over to third. Got to be on your toes when Sanchez is on the mound. That'll be the 12th wild pitch for Sanchez this year. And excuse me, they've called that a pass ball.
You'll see why it is a pass ball. Usually when that ball hits the dirt, and it didn't. He just boxed it as the ball came in, hits him right on the heel of the glove, and ricochets away. Usually if the ball's in the dirt, that's when they get the wild pitch.
Infield in halfway, and Worth is down on strikes. 2 outs. And Sanchez will have to face Raul Ibanez. 5 strikeouts now for Sanchez. Raul walked his first time up. That slider's in for strike 1.
And a good one.
Really weird movement late, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has that, again, he throws that hard slider. That ball, he started almost at the hip of Ibanez. Ibanez kind of bailed on that as it came in.
Pretty good cut right there. It's 0-2.
And he throws 94 right by him. It's a situation where Ibanez is terrific first half of the season, being able to pick up RBIs with 2 outs, where it just really didn't matter.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Red Sox have jumped to a 3-1 lead over Tampa Bay in the top of the 4th. J.D. Drew, the home run, 2 RBIs. Inside, and really hits Raul. 2-2.
Well, that's what makes his slider so devastating when he comes up and in. And then he starts throwing the hard sliders to the lefty. That's the pitch that you'll be tested on as you see this fastball coming up and in. Now who's spinning the right way as he spins back toward the catcher and the umpire.
Look out. That'll keep the crowd on its toes. 2-2 is where the count remains against Raul.
Raul just fighting that ball off. That was a fastball again. Can't commit yourself when you have 2 strikes on you, so you're looking really to try and just hit the ball somewhere and hit it hard.
He has a runner on third with 2 outs. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he waves at a slider, and he's down swinging. 6th strikeout for Sanchez. Phillies do get a run, though, on the RBI double by Ryan Howard. They strand one as well. They lead it 1-0. Night. Very comfortable throughout the day here in the Delaware Valley. Juan Uribe leads it off, and he takes a pitch for a strike from Cole. Uribe flied out to right his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. On paper, you would think this is a pretty good matchup for the Phillies, particularly with Sandoval and Benji Molina and Freddie Sanchez out of the lineup, because a lot of these Giants hitters are hitting under 200 against lefties. There's a cue shot toward first. Ryan waits for it. 1 away. Another sellout tonight here at Citizens Bank Park, so don't get shut out in 2010. That's right, the Phillies are now taking deposits for full and partial ticket plans. You can call 215-463-5000, or at any time you can log on to Phillies.com. Again, deposits are being taken now for full and partial ticket plans for the 2010 season. Randy Wynn is the batter. And Wynn, who popped out to Ryan Howard in foul territory, takes a pitch for a strike.
He has his pretty good control here tonight. The changeup has been working for him.
Yeah, the changeup's been really good tonight. Well, Sarge, that young lady has your technique down with the binoculars.
Yeah, they look like mine, and she can see, too, that they're so close, I'm sure.
Toward the hole at shortstop. Jimmy backhands. Has to hurry with Wynn running. He does, and he got him. And his arm has been on display this year.
You're absolutely right. He shows it off as he goes in the hole. You notice how, too, Phillies kind of just let that ball go through if he couldn't get it. Doesn't impede his vision. He comes over the top with something on it, some low heat. It's an off-speed pitch as he goes right into the hole, backhands that ball, and he did get him. See Cole Hamels. Wow.
Well, 2 outs. Here's Rollinger, and he takes one inside. It's 1-0. Well, Jimmy's gone 76 consecutive games without committing an error. And that's some Gold Glove defense right there. The record for most games at shortstop without an error is Mike Bordick, who had 110 games. I mean, that's a lot of ball games at a position where you're getting a lot of balls hit to you.
Well, you get the most action. Definitely. From line drives to ground balls, from pop-ups that you got to go out and left field. And besides the balls that are in the holes, both up the middle. You're strong up the middle. You have a good ball club, and you have to be strong at short and second, and also center field, and you need a catcher that can throw, and Phillies have that.
3-2 now the count. Well, Jimmy and Chase have really worked well together over the years. And Victorino, last year Gold Glove winner, and there's a pretty good chance he's going to win another one this year. This guy's been solid behind the plate too. Change up, swung on and missed. A 1-2-3 fifth inning. Cole Hamels has retired the side in order for 3 consecutive innings. He's also retired 12 in a row. The 12th on that strikeout. Field Dollar Dog Night here at the ballpark. It's the first of a 4-game series against the Astros. You can log on to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets to that series, and also the final series against the Florida Marlins. Here's Pedro Feliz, and he makes Sam Perlazo do a little dancing. Allison Augustin makes that play in fair territory, and she'll give that off to a lucky fan. Oh, and 2 the count to Pedro. Bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies lead at 1-0 thanks to an RBI double by Ryan Howard. Sarge, there really is that electric feel in the air, that postseason feel in the air here in Philadelphia, isn't there?
Oh, it sure is. And it starts to get cool like this. And the way the Phils have been playing, though, all year long just about. And regardless of whether or not they're able to get runners in from third base, it seems like everybody else is having that problem. So what they do, they hit the long one. They hit home runs. They're getting the job done. In some of the games, though, that you don't get those runners in, especially with the tough pitchers, those are the games that you end up losing 4-3, 3-2, not being able to capitalize and putting that ball in play.
Line drive, base hit for Feliz. Sounded like he may have broken his bat, but he'll take it. A leadoff single here in the 5th inning. Right over the head of Rollinger. So Pedro's 1 for 2. Sarge, as a player, I mean, do you feel like it's a different season once September rolls around at all?
If you're in it, you do. And if you're not in it, you're hoping that it's going to be over as soon as possible. The teams that have nothing to do with it, and they'll start to play that spoilers role and try and mess someone else's chances up. If you're not in it, you're out like by 20 games or so. You can hardly wait to get the fishing pole out. Just the opposite when you're winning or have a chance. You're looking forward to each and every game every day like the Giants are. They know that they have a chance.
Carlos grounded out his first time up. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to him in this at bat. Well, I think that folks here in Philadelphia have been so fortunate, players, the fans, because the last few Septembers, you know, even beyond the last 2 when they won the division, I mean, there's been something to play for. I mean, and that's what it's all about.
It sure is. Not only that, though, as you take a look at Charlie there, you have your middle players that you have, your core players that are really solid players in J-Roman, Victorino, and Utley. And then you have one of the best power hitters in the game, Ryan Howard.
That one's in the air to left. It's hooking foul, and it will go out of play, foul.
So they don't just depend on one guy in order for them to win, but when you have a core of players like that, it's fun to come out. I mean, you're not depending on just one guy to hit in order for you to win. And you have collective group of players that do different things, like J-Ro, 0 for 4 defensive plays. He could have been the MVP of the game, just defensively alone.
Well, the other thing, too, and Jimmy mentioned this to me when we were in Atlanta a week or so ago, that come this time of the year, these guys have been there before. So they know what it takes. And he said you can't underscore that. They know what it takes to be successful the final month of the season.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because when you haven't been in it, it's all new to you. And you're almost too excited.
And Ruiz down on strikes, a breaking ball. And that's the 7th strikeout for Sanchez. Oh, 1 away here in the 5th, and here comes Cole Hamels.
Well, 2-2 here. You're going to get that hard slider. He's thinking it's a fastball, back foot slider. That ball comes in. Difficult pitch to hit.
85 pitches so far for Sanchez. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Cole shows bunt, and he takes it high. Well, that's a good job of pulling the bat back at the last minute and taking that pitch upstairs.
Yeah, don't want to bunt the ball upstairs. You have a good chance of popping it up. Want to make sure that that bat is above the ball to get it on the ground.
Good bunt toward third. Rollinger will go to second. He's got him there. The throw to first, not in time. So the putout goes 5-6. And maybe it wasn't as good of a bunt as I thought.
Now, you want to bunt that ball there to first base anytime you bunt it to third base, because he's charging, automatically charging hard. And if it's right to him, he's going to go to second most of the time. You can see this ball here. He gets it down in good fashion and even kind of deadens it. Comes up with a good play, almost a double play as Hamels beats it out.
Jimmy's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. They're going to play behind Hamels now with the count 1-1 to Jimmy. Garco had been holding him on. And a pop-up foul that'll find the seats over the first base dugout. Jimmy's production certainly has improved since the 2nd of July, in particular here at home. Not only has he hit well here at home, but in his last 29 home games, he's driven in 23 runs. That's pretty good from your leadoff batter. Cole goes. The pitch is in the dirt. Hamels will have a stolen base. He's thinking, you know what? I got 1 run the last time against the Pirates. They've scored 1 run for me here. I'm going to get it to scoring position.
Yeah, and then you see like his counterparts there looking at him and saying, wow, first stolen base of his career. I wonder if you can get a ball for that or a bag.
I think he get the bag.
He leaves on first movement. No chance at all as he slides right into the bag.
Like Greg Maddux, Sarge, when they used to pay no mind to him, he used to take off all the time.
Oh, you telling me?
Pulled toward third. Rollinger has it. And the inning is over. So Hamels is stranded on second. He gets his first career stolen base here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Trying to make something happen. in offense. What a week, what a season thus far for Jason. The Phillies all-star right fielder has already put up career highs in hits, home runs, and RBIs, but he's not done yet. Offense is one thing, onslaught is another tier, and recently the power of production has carried the Phillies offense and earned him National League Player of the Week honors. Worth it? You betcha. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. We're here for you every step of the way.
Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitar on when the stars make it.
Oh, the Fanatic certainly could put on a show, can he not?
Oh, boy.
That's what was going on in between innings between Matt Maller, who was dressed as the extra umpire, and the Fanatic. They're both light on their feet, aren't they, sir?
Boy, I tell you.
Oh, the crowd got a kick out of that. Whoop! They got a kick out of that also. We start the top of the 6th inning. Cole Hamels working with a 1-0 lead. He's allowed just one hit. And he'll face 8, 9, and 1. Eli Whiteside leads it off for the Giants. Heard so much about this Giants offense that they don't score a whole lot of runs. Their team batting average is 2 points better than the Phillies. But they have certainly done a lot of offensive damage at home. In fact, they're one of the better home teams in the league. And it's 1-2 to Whiteside. Sarge, they've won 44 games at home, which is the best in the National League and among the best in the majors. The Red Sox and the Yankees have each won 45 games at home.
Yeah, that's why they're right up there for that wild card, and they're doing it with pitching. No, they do. They will score runs at home, and they beat up the Colorado Rockies at home, winning 3 games.
See their splits between home and road, 10 games under 500 on the road. ERA is just a little bit better, but the offense is a whole lot better.
In most cases, it's always difficult to win on the road, although the Fighting Phils had put that to rest.
There's Tim Lincecum. He'll start Thursday for the Giants. He's one of the big reasons why they've been so successful this year. He and Matt Cain.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He don't mind talking the day he's pitching. He's one of those loosey-goosey guys, and that's what makes this club so difficult in a 5-game series. I mean, they have, besides Lincecum, they have Cain that can throw the ball. Sanchez here tonight. I mean, it looks like he's kind of found his stride a little bit in throwing the ball. He can be a tough club, and so could the Colorado Rockies, for that matter.
Whiteside's down swinging, 1 away here in the 6th inning. Well, both starters have done well tonight, Sarge.
Well, there's that changeup that Cole Hamels has going, and there's a fastball by Sanchez. Another fastball there. He throws that ball 94, and that changeup right at 79-81. Back foot slider on the Banez, and another slider with Ruiz. I'm telling you, these guys are on their game here tonight.
Well, 5 strikeouts for Cole, including Sanchez his last time up. Cole has struck out the last 2 batters he has faced. And he delivers an off-speed pitch, a curve, and it's 0-2. And look at the splits between the 2 pitchers. They've combined for 12 strikeouts. They've allowed only 4 hits combined. And Sanchez is the only guy to give out a free pass. And a call, strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Hamels, 6 overall. And back to the top of the order we go.
Left fielder, Eugenio.
I bet when you talk to Cole, he'll say that he's not doing really much difference, but his demeanor on the mound is a lot different for me. And really the way that he is attacking the zone and keeping the ball so far out of the middle of the plate.
Delivers a change up for strike 1 to Velez. And, you know, throwing those first pitch strikes has really helped too.
Yeah, and not predictable though, because he's not just throwing fastballs to a lot of the fastball hitters. He's been mixing it up, change up, breaking ball like right there. doesn't throw a lot of curveballs, and maybe that's what he needs to do in order to make sure some of these hitters can stay off of pitches that he might throw in the zone. Just blew that right by him.
Right by him. So he's ahead 1-2 to Velez, who has struck out and bounced back to Hamels. This is the kind of night where Cole is just keeping hitters off balance.
Oh, and a lot has to do, Tom, with confidence when you're out there on the mound.
And he has just struck out the side. Velez down swinging. The tag by Ruiz. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. Hamels has struck out 4 consecutive batters. Tell you what, these last 3 were dominate. He blew away Whiteside on the outside corner to Sanchez. A little soft stuff to Velez. B. Mason for amazingly low office product prices. By McDonald's, introducing new Angus burgers made with juicy 100% Angus beef. Available with premium toppings in 3 varieties for just $3.99. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And the bottom of the 6th inning is on as well as Shane Victorino leads things off. 1 for 2. He has scored the only run tonight. And what has turned out to be a heck of a pitcher's duel between Jonathan Sanchez.
Well, both pitchers hitting their spots for the most part, and even that double by Ryan Howard was a good pitch. He just went out and got it.
Off the end of the bat, a liner caught by Renteria. Little humpback liner, and that enabled Renteria to get there and make that play. So 1 out. Chase Utley, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. After tonight, 16 home games remain here at Citizens Bank Park. That's it. And for Cole Hamels, the last 2 starts, including this home game here, well, makes you believe that it'll be another September to remember for him, and maybe even an October to remember for him. Off speed pitch, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you say one thing about this group, they are very calm, and not a whole lot bothers them, whether or not they're a half a game out or 6, 7 games up.
I think Pedro Martinez said it perfectly. They're loose, and they're looser than he thought. But then once the game gets underway, they're as intense and want to win as anybody this game has ever seen.
And that's pretty good coming from him, especially being in New York and also Boston.
That was the 100th pitch of the night for Sanchez. The count 3-1 to Chase.
You know, players that come over, including Cliff Lee, Pedro, they're judging the club and seeing how they act, not just when things are going good, but when things are going bad. Easy for them to jump right into this mold, though, of being able to want to play and win.
Brandon Metter's up and loose league in the pen for the Giants. He's been throwing for a few minutes now.
This guy throws hard.
Chase stays alive as he fights that one off. Outside, ball 4. Just the second walk issued by Sanchez in the game. And that's pretty good for him. And it means that Ryan Howard will bat with a runner on base.
Well, here's what he did his last time up as he hooks a line drive for a double and an RBI. Boy, the balls just sound different coming off of Ryan Howard's bat than it does with most hitters in the league.
Look at those numbers he's put up this year. 37 home runs, 112 RBIs. And he still has 1 month of baseball left to be played.
I mean, just the damage. You don't even talk about his strikeouts because the damage that he does when he's hitting the ball is just uncanny.
Now the Phillies were able to swipe a couple bags against Sanchez earlier. Cole Hamels stole his first career bag, and Shane Victorino stole one as well, and he wound up scoring on the double by Howard. Let's see if Chase thinks about taking off.
Well, when he's swinging the bat the way he is, you'd like for him to go on and get those full swings. You get 2 strikes on him, you want to go, because usually you short your swing up, although these guys still swing to drive the ball. That's an eagle eye to be able to take that pitch down and in, fastball. Sanchez wanted it. I think, though, with that little crouch that he has now, and I know spring training he was a lot more upright. I just think now he can see the ball a little bit better. Doesn't mean he's going to get hit, but it'll maximize his ability to do just that.
So is Chase going here?
I don't think so, no.
He does go. Pitch is taken high. The throw to second base on one hop. He is safe at second base.
Good call.
Renteria thought he was out.
One of the reasons I thought he was not going is just because Ryan does have a tendency to swing and miss. That was a high fastball. Just Chase getting under the tag. Bochy coming out asking exactly what he saw, so we'll take a look at it. This ball comes in, and well, I think he's there. Let's take another look at it from this side. Take a look at his foot. His foot's on the bag, then the tag comes. Now, if he keeps the tag on him, he's going to get the out, and that's why it's important when guys are sliding in to keep that glove right on them, because a lot of times they come off the bag. Renteria is trying to sell a quick tag as if he got him and kind of get away.
19 straight stolen bases for Chase without being caught. 17th this year. The count 2-2 to Ryan Howard. And it's 3-2. Jason Worth waits on deck. Renteria still stewing around second base. probably wants to ask Chase, hey, what do you think? You think I got you?
I think Chase will let him know, no, you didn't. And I think the Renteria knows, too, that he did not get him.
And he gets Howard swinging.
Boy, got him on a changeup. 82, that was up in the zone. He got away with one right there.
Dave Urdetti was to your right there. He's the pitching coach for the Giants.
Look at that. Just had that ball in a good spot. Don't really think he cared about whether or not he walked him or not in that situation. He was going to make him hit his pitch.
2 outs for Jason Worth. Runner in scoring position. And they're going to walk him intentionally. They're going to do this to face the left-hander, Raul Ibanez. So if Sanchez's next 3 tosses or anything like that one, stay on your toes, boys.
Well, that's why they like him, to make sure that in this situation, instead of going on and just putting him on, let that pitcher throw the ball. And a lot of times they, or sometimes I should say, not a lot, sometimes they'll throw it away.
Dave Urdetti on the second step of that dugout.
Well, this will be another indication that that hitter isn't swinging the bat well when they're walking batters in front of you to get to you. Urdetti going out just to remind Sanchez exactly what they want to do to try and get Raul Ibanez out. He's had a good slider tonight, Tom.
Well, he has, and it hasn't been in one spot. You know, a lot of times you'll see a pitcher toss that slider and the action is to the same spot. His has been up, down, inside, outside.
Well, I tell you, he's improved for sure.
So Dave Urdetti back to the dugout. He says hello to somebody over the roof of the dugout. And here's Raul Ibanez. He walked his first time up, struck out his last time up. And he's got 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
I tell you, this guy doesn't pitch like he's 6 and 10. I can tell you that.
Pulled toward first. Taken on the glove side by Garco. And the inning is over. So Raul hits it hard, but the Phillies strand 2. We've played 6. Cole Hamels will go back to work with a 1-0 lead. Well, we go to the top of the 7th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Cole Hamels has allowed just one hit, a leadoff double in the second to Ryan Garco. He's retired 15 straight. Here's Edgar Renteria, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. And Cole's curveball has been pretty good tonight. He hasn't thrown it an overwhelming amount of times, but he's thrown it enough to keep it in the heads of the Giants batters.
That's the whole idea of that pitch.
Towards shortstop. Right at Jimmy Rollins. One away. And with one out, it'll bring Aaron Rowan to the plate. I think the other thing, too, Wheels, about tonight's outing by Cole, it lets you know that what he did against the Pirates was not an aberration, that maybe he has figured something out, as all pitchers do. You know, they have to adjust, and maybe Cole has adjusted.
And between the ears as much as anything, I think, with him was an emotional thing, where he had to stop trying to be so perfect.
Now, with that said, they haven't scored a whole lot of runs for him.
No, and tonight he almost has to be perfect. But he really had to stop fighting himself more than anything. This game's hard enough with those hitters after you without you standing out there beating yourself. And, you know, he talked to some people, and he's a smart guy, Cole Hamels. You know, one of his problems, you know, people look at him, they think he's this California cool guy, doesn't get upset about anything, really, no big deal, everything's lackadaisical. It's just the opposite of the way he competes. And he probably was competing to the point where he was hurting himself.
He's had no balls and 2 strikes to Rowan, who he's gotten twice tonight on pop-ups.
Look, Aaron Rowan's a guy you do like to jam, but you have to be careful with him, because once in a while he'll look in there and pop one. They're coming back in there again, and they jammed him again.
To center field, Victorino has plenty of room. He's under it. And that's 17 straight retired by Hamels.
And they did stay after Aaron inside and finally did get him to fly out to center. Time now for the Verizon Wireless game summary. The only run, kind of surprising, they were playing the infield in the 3rd and the 4th inning. Ryan Howard hit that double right by front. Phillies should have gotten more out of that and didn't. And Sanchez, he's really a good-looking young pitcher, too. And Cole Hamels, he is on his game tonight. And it's been a fun game to watch. Really well pitched and well played.
Well, pitchers duel, no doubt about it. Both teams have combined for 4 hits overall. Garco has the only hit for the Giants.
One thing we talked about in the scouting report tonight was that you can run on Sanchez. And it didn't mean Hamels necessarily, but, you know, they have done some of that tonight, and it's helped them.
Well, there's Chase. He has stolen a base tonight. Victorino has stolen a base tonight.
Sanchez really been impressive with his slider, though. And hitters are late on his fastball, too.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, you saw the Mets have taken a 2-0 lead over the Rockies in the 1st inning. And it's 3-0 to Garco. Giants are doing some scoreboard watching with that one.
Probably get a 3-0 green light here, too. You don't want a cookie one here. This guy does have some legit power.
And they throw an off-speed pitch over for a strike.
Looks like a changeup. And, you know, that's good thinking by both Carlos Ruiz and Cole Hamels there. Bruce Bochy's going to give Garco a 3-0 green light. And you don't have a power hitter on deck. You don't want to get hurt there.
3-2. That was a fastball from Cole.
And he's late on it. And that's because he just threw him a 3-0 changeup. You know, you get that in your head. So now, even though it's 3-2, it's still a hitter's count. He has Garco a little bit off balance.
In a row, retired by Cole Hamels. Another strikeout on the changeup. 8 strikeouts overall. Cole is through 7. He still has not allowed a run, and he's allowed only 1 base hit tonight. Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. Who are the only two pitchers in Major League Baseball history to strike out 300 batters in 3 consecutive seasons? Wheels?
Randy Johnson.
That's one.
How about Doc Gooden?
Give you one more guess.
Well, give me a hint.
I can't. He's a strikeout pitcher.
Oh, that's good.
You're going to kick yourself when you see it.
It's not Schilling, is it?
It is not. If I asked you who the last Phillies pitcher was to steal a base, it would be Schilling. Come on, one more guess.
No, I got a blank.
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, of course. Of course, Nolan.
Log back on the Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. And thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
What a dope.
Who, Nolan Ryan?
No, me.
Oh, okay.
When you're dumb, you're dumb.
Brandon Betters will be the new pitcher for the Giants. He takes over for Jonathan Sanchez.
Well, you're right. Every once in a while, you just one you should get.
I thought you might get Nolan and then deduce that it was Randy Johnson. Because we're playing the Giants.
Right. Oh, well. That was a good one. I like that.
300 strikeouts in a season. Boy, that is hard to do.
3 straight years.
Yeah.
Come on.
Betters in his 50th game, 3-1. Chopper towards short. Renteria off the lip of the grass. Well, he's not throwing well at all, but he's getting it there.
Well, he's going to have to do a little bit like Ozzie Smith did later in his career. He's cheating on everything. You know, you can shoot some balls by him a little bit because he's moving. He's in on a lot of it. Not in, but, you know, a lot more further in than he normally would play on hitters.
Hey, these lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. What a way for Carlos Ruiz, who is 0 for 2. Carlos grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd.
Giants playing their kind of game here tonight. Especially with some of their guys out of the lineup. They're just trying to pitch, play defense, and keep it close. And they've been able to do that, and Cole Hamels has been terrific. Now they turn it over to a pretty good bullpen.
To the count to Carlos.
It's not like the Phillies have had a ton of chances tonight either. They've had their one man left on third with less than 2 outs. You know, it's hard to go through a game where you didn't say that about them. But in a game like this, that really starts to jump out at you. Betters has a real good curveball, and he likes to throw it a lot.
Opposite way. That's a rocket right over the glove of Garco. A base hit for Carlos, and he's aboard with 1 out. Hey, the Phillies will head to Washington next week after a series against the Houston Astros, and then the Nationals will return the favor on Tuesday, September 15th for the start of a 3-game series. There are seats still available for all 3 games here at the ballpark. Log on to Phillies.com and make your purchase today.
It seems like the Phillies are playing those guys all the time, and I've seen them now for a long time.
And they're going to look awfully different when they see them next week in Washington.
Boy, are they ever. All over, not just position, but pitching, bullpen. Well, they got a little bit better, too. They played better baseball for the last month or so.
Scored more runs than anybody else since the All-Star break in the National League.
They still give up a lot.
Cole squares, bunts it to the left of home plate. This is a better bunt. Hamels hustling and is retired, but Ruiz gets to second. That was a better bunt because it was deadened even more.
Right. The other one he bunted way too hard. Bunted that one into a fourth, then he stole second, got himself into scoring position. But he does it the textbook way that time. As Tom says, this one's deadened, and watch. Boy, the bat was out front real nice there. He had a nice downward plane to it. He just bunted the ball right into the dirt and killed it.
There's Ron Wotus, who we talked about before. He's aligning the defense for the Giants. With Carlos Ruiz on second, Jimmy at the plate. hitless in 3 at-bats tonight, 2 for 15 in this homestand.
Well, these are these 2-out runs now that become more and more important as you're trying to advance in your division, advance further. The team that scores these 2-out runs almost always, well, they win a lot. They go far because you can't do it without them, because you play a lot of these tight games.
Saw that stat. The teams are combined 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position.
Well, they have 1 hit tonight.
Jimmy's down on strikes. So the strikeout by Metters strands another one in scoring position for the Phillies. We've played 7. Still 1-0 Phils. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. It is sweatshirt weather, but Cole Hamels pitching in his shirt sleeves, and he's allowed just 1 hit as we go to the top of the 8th. And man, that changeup that's been dancing tonight, is what it's been doing.
He's had 3 pitches tonight. And you see what he did last week at Pittsburgh, and better tonight.
1-1 the count to Juan Uribe, who is flied out to right. He's grounded to first. 0 for 2.
Late in the game now, they're going to guard the line, even though they're up by 1 run. Have Phillies right on the line near the bag. There you see the defense. Uribe hits a lot of balls the other way.
And he does there. Ryan Howard on the run. Does he have any kind of room? Nope. Ball wasn't hit high enough for Ryan to get to the spot, gauge where he was, maybe make a play as Ryan Matson's up and loosening in the pen.
Yeah, they're going to get somebody up just in case. Well, that's an example of Uribe. He'll take the pitch in on him like that, fight it off, and hit it the other way. And you pitch him away, he just, like now, he'll take that to right field.
Speaking of the bullpen, I saw a shot of Scott Air in the background there behind Ryan Matson. What a job he did the other night.
Who did they need him?
Man, he hasn't pitched that often, but boy, he was fantastic against the Braves. There's a fly ball right up the chute, right side. And Chase is there, 1 away.
There you saw him try to inside out another ball. That's Uribe's swing.
There's Cole and Carlos just chatting about Randy Wynn, who's the next batter up. That's the dispersion of outs, and boy, you can't lay it out any better than that.
Yeah. Well, after the first couple innings, too, he's really gotten ahead of hitters. Struggled a little bit early on to find a rhythm, but boy, he got it.
Opposite way, that's a foul ball, slicing it to the seats.
You just watch him out there. He looks like he's not trying to be so fine.
Well, he's thrown a first pitch strike to 18 of the 24 batters, which Doobie likes that.
Oh, yeah.
Raising the eye level. I mean, he's doing a lot of things really well tonight.
Yeah, and they're staying away from Randy Wynn. I guess that's intentional. Even though they're guarding the line at third, they're going to do that with all these right-handed hitters, it would appear, at this point in the game. And there's Phillies over there again, but they want to stay away from him at least the first 2 pitches. See if they change. Yeah, they're going to go up again. And he keeps swinging at that. Boy, that's a real good ball strike ratio tonight. It was outside. I was watching the monitor.
Outside.
I was watching the monitor, and he hit his glove. I mean, that was a, he hit Carlos Ruiz's glove, but watch where he hits it. It's outside.
All right, you were watching the monitor.
Right.
I was watching over the shoulder.
I bet it looked like a strike. If I hadn't been watching the monitor, I probably would have given it a ooh. But watching the monitor, you could see that he set up and hit his glove off the plate.
From there, from where Charlie and Pete McCann are sit, that probably looked like a strike.
Wasn't high, wasn't low, but it was outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Randy Wynn. Chopper towards shortstop. High hop for Jimmy. Wynn runs well, and he's retired.
Jimmy made an unbelievable play on him last time, anticipating what you just said, Tom, and backhanded it and threw, because if he could not do anything else but backhand that one.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. By your local Chevy dealers and by Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals. Call 1-800-JEF-NOW. 2 outs. And the count, no balls and 1 strike on Ryan Rollinger.
Well, there could be a heck of a decision coming in this 9th inning. Huh?
Well, he's at 103 pitches right now, and who knows how long it'll take him to get the final out. But he has been very comfortable this evening. And that is going to be the final out. A change up off the end of the bat. Chase Utley is there. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. And how about Cole Hamels? He's retired 21 straight batters. Look at this reaction. About Reading program presented by Verizon. This free program for grades K through 8 encourages children to read for 15 minutes a day and includes bookmarks, pencils, coloring sheets, and the opportunity to win a Fanatic visit for your school. Email FANDEV, D-E-V, at Phillies.com or call 215-463-1000 for more information. Shane Victorino leads it off against Brandon Metters here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Metters showed that real good curveball last inning, and they're going to leave him out there and not bring a left-hander in.
They had Jeremy Affeldt loosening up, but Metters is going to get Shane Victorino to fly to Rowan for the first out here in the 8th.
Well, he's doing a real good job getting left-handed hitters out. He got Rollins with a hook. He just threw a cutter or something hard. It looked like in on his fist just then. And there's Cole Hamels, and there's nobody up in the bullpen, so it is not a tough decision.
Cole looked like he was thinking right there, and there's not a whole lot of thinking for Charlie Manuel the way Cole has pitched tonight. Whether to send him out there to pitch the 9th inning. He's only had 104 pitches.
And they've got so many guys on their bench. It's kind of hard to figure where they may go with it.
Followed up his 8 scoreless against Pittsburgh with 8 scoreless so far tonight. Chase lifts it in the air to straightaway center. And there are going to be 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
Phillies really like to have another run here, give them a little margin for error, but Giants can pitch.
There's Bobby Howry, who's up and loosening now. Pablo Sandoval is getting his bat ready. They did say that Sandoval and Benji Molina each can pinch hit if the Giants need them.
Well, those are 2 pretty good contact hitters to bring up off the bench.
They also have added a couple of other guys. Rich Aurelia has been added to their roster. And there is Rich, who is just emerging from the shadows of Sandoval.
They got some guys we mentioned in the first inning, all these extra players they have, and also the guys who can't play but could maybe, as you say, Tommy, pinch hit. So they have some stuff off the bench they can do, and they're at the 8-9 in their order to start the 9th inning.
Want to know the count to Ryan, make that 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan tonight has the only RBI for the Phillies.
Yeah, they played that infield in early, and that would have gotten the run in no matter what, but it probably wouldn't have gotten by Garco, and it should have cost them another run, but it didn't, because they weren't able to get the runner in from third. Teams will do that when they think they could have trouble scoring runs on a given night, and that's probably why Bruce Bochy did it as early as the 4th, figuring they weren't going to score a whole lot, and he was right. They haven't.
Three and 1, Ryan. Jason Worth waiting. And Ryan sends one in the air deep to right center field. Doesn't have enough height, and it's 1 hop off the scoreboard. That ball had an awful lot of topspin on it, and Ryan has his 2nd double of the night. It may have been down toward the end as well. Off the bat, it looked pretty good, but the Phillies have a runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the 8th inning.
We'll talk about the sound the ball makes coming off the bat of Ryan Howard. That did not make that sound. It sounded like he hit it down on the end of the bat a little bit. You see the sound about saying he can hit. There it is right there. See, right off the end of the bat on a breaking ball. And what it did was put a lot of topspin on it. So it was coming down in a hurry. And it just kind of, what it did, 1 hop the wall? Yeah, 1 hop the scoreboard out there. Well, here you go again with a chance for a 2-out run.
And they'll leave it up to Jason Worth with a runner at 2nd base. Jason 0 for 2. Intentionally walked his last time up. And he takes a fastball for strike 1. Ryan takes his walking lead off 2nd base. And it's 0-2.
They're going to move. There's Charlie Manuel in the Phillies dugout, and Bruce Hood. Now, Rowan's such a smart outfielder. With 2 strikes, he just moved about 3 steps to his left towards right center, figuring Worth would be a little bit late. if anything, here, and they just left a big gap in left center. One thing Rowan never needs anybody positioning. See how he was moved over. He was over here at the beginning of the at bat, and now he's moved over to this area because of the count. That's what good outfielder will do, is play the count.
Jason's down on strikes. There's that good curve from Metters. He has 2 strikeouts tonight in 2 innings of work. He has stranded 2 runners in scoring position, and the story is that guy right there, Cole Hamels, to the 9th inning with a 1-run lead. Ray Emery meets with the Flyers faithful. All the news Phillies fans need to know after the ball game on Sports Night, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Cole Hamels goes back to work here in the top of the 9th inning, working on a 1-hit shutout. 8 strikeouts, no walks over 8 innings. And Rich Aurelia is going to pinch hit for the Giants here in the top of the 9th inning. And the first pitch a little low. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
When they have Sandoval on deck. So we talked about all the moves that they had that they could go for here in the 9th inning, and they're doing it.
Breaking ball for strike 1. The curve has been good tonight. There's Brad Lidge up and loosening just in case. Charlie Manuel decides to let Cole start this 9th inning and hopefully finish this one off. Aurelius had good numbers against Cole. 5 hits and 12 at bats. And he pulls that one, a base hit past Pedro Feliz.
Fighting the line. That's what they've been doing. And, you know, you do that to take an extra base hit away. And, of course, you leave the hole open that way. And that ball's an out early in the game.
And now they're going to pinch run for Rich Aurelia. Andre Torres is going to come in, and he will be the pinch runner. And here's Pablo Sandoval. The 2nd leading hitter in the National League has been bothered by a sore calf, and that's why he was not in the starting lineup tonight. He missed a chance to be among the Rookie of the Year candidates by about 15 at bats. Leads the Giants with 21 home runs, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. And he'll dig in against Cole with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning.
This guy swings.
He swings, and you wonder if the Giants, who haven't had a lot of opportunities or haven't had any opportunities to do anything against Cole on the base paths, if they try to take off against Hamels, who had 2 Pirates leaning in his last start. Good changeup. 0-1 the count. Sandoval, Hackett at the first pitch.
Well, he was swinging in the on-deck circle. I mean, you know he's going to come up there and hack. they're going to keep Phillies over, just what we showed before, and try and stay away from extra base hit. So there's a big hole on the left side.
All of these games are big for the Giants, and Bruce Bochy just wants to make sure that Sandoval does not aggravate that sore calf, because he doesn't want to lose it for any length of time.
Well, this game we talked about at the beginning could have playoff an atmosphere of that here tonight. It does. The Giants are a team that plays a lot of close games.
Another changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Sandoval. Roberto Kelly, the first base coach, with a word of advice for the base runner Torres. Charlie Manuel says late in games he just sits and watches. Another toss over.
Well, they could be giving some throwovers too.
Well, this has been a great pitching matchup between Hamels and Sanchez, and this game will encore on the Comcast network at 10:30 tonight and tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. 1-1 the count to Sandoval. 1-2.
And if this guy even looks for pitches or looks in locations, or whether he's just a great natural hitter or not, but they really have him set up to go away with a changeup now, because they came inside there and they tried to come inside with a fastball. It tailed a little bit and was up, but still was supposed to be in. And you really set a guy up now to throw a changeup away. But this guy, it's really hard to figure whether he thinks.
Runner goes. They've got him picked. Howard to second with the throw. He is out at second base. He did it again. He had 2 Pittsburgh Pirates leading in the last start. Picked off 1 and 1 base runner at first base tonight here in the 9th inning, and he just picked him off.
And you know, that didn't used to be automatic either. The guy we're showing right there made a really good throw to Jimmy Rollins. And, whew, that was close. Great job. Now get this guy. And he did. He went out there with a changeup, which was a great pitch after that pitch in. Here you see now Ryan Howard has to anticipate this. See how he ran forward. Look how he bent his knees a little bit. Oh, that was close.
Sure was. 2-2 the count to Sandoval. They're working him away again. It's 3-2.
Well, it was a little outside.
She just said that was a ball, but she was booing anyway.
She's right. That's very good. That was a ball. But she wanted it. No.
Ball forward. Sandoval's aboard with a walk.
That's with a few pitches tonight. He looked like he just overthrew it.
That's the first walk issued by Hamels tonight. Let's see who they have pitch run for him. It's probably going to be Fred Lewis.
Yep, another guy who can fly.
It is Fred Lewis. So they've used 4 players off the bench with these first 2 spots.
Well, that's the advantage of having all these players that they brought up here. And now Rich Doobie's going to go out, it looks like, and they're going to talk to Hamels a little bit, because Lewis is another guy who can motor.
Well, plus he has Benji Molina, who's now up as a pinch hitter. He's pinch hitting for Velez.
And he's another first ball hitter.
I think it's hard for Rich Doobie to come out in a spot like this. 1 out in the 9th inning. He probably wants to let Cole figure things out, but knows that there has to be a little bit of managing going.
Well, the reason, Tom, and you just made the point about the pinch hitter, this is his first at bat. You know, if they went over scouting reports on Benji Molina, that was 5 hours ago,
right.
4 hours ago. You know, not that you can't retain it, but you just want to make sure. Here's that pickoff. Ryan Howard does a good job of coming forward. He leads Jimmy to the bag, and they said they got the tag down just in time. I don't think. Is he safe? Oh, man, it could have been.
Play was bang, bang.
I don't think that Rich Doobie comes out there if this is a guy who'd been in the lineup all night that he's facing it, just because it's a first time.
Well, Lewis can run. He gets his lead off first.
Don't throw him a strike. I mean, you knew what he was going to do. He is going to hack. But they challenged him with a fastball. See where it was supposed to be and where it was? Oh, no. That was lucky. They got away with one.
Two.
That's what I mean. You just don't want to throw Benji Molina strikes because he will swing.
Here comes the crowd once again. 44,679. The 57th sellout this year.
Well, if he could hit a ball on the ground, the game's over too if he hits it at somebody.
Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes.
He didn't take a pitch, did he?
No, he didn't. 3 pitches. And Molina is fanned. 2 away.
He knew he'd come off the bench hacking, and he did. That's why he got away with that first pitch, and then he went to 2 changeups and got him. The first fastball was the key to that at bat because Molina had a mistake to hit, and he fouled it off. And then Cole finished him off.
2 outs now for Renteria. 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice. He is struck out.
What a game.
What a game. What a pitcher story. Lewis is the runner at first base. 0-1 the count.
He'll keep Phillies on the line and playing no doubles defense in the outfield. You see how deep they are. So you can dunk one out there. They don't want to get through.
Right side, foul territory. Howard is in, calls off Ruiz. Ball game. Cole Hamels has thrown his 4th career shutout. The left-hander is back. 17 straight scoreless innings. He allows only 2 base hits tonight. What a performance by Cole Hamels, as the Phillies have taken game 1 of this 3-game series. For the first time this year, they have won a ball game 1-0. What a performance.
Yeah, that was good.